नाम ये ओशियन के डीप की मिस्ट्री जानने वाले हैं इस वीडियो में। तो चलो शुरू करते
Wondered
हैं।
if something strange and terrifying is happening in the depths of the ocean? Something that's causing millions and billions of sea creatures to abandon their homes and flee for shore. But why? Just recently, around 150 killer whales suddenly appeared on the beach of Tasmania Island, Australia. Some were dead, while others were so terrified that they were afraid to enter the water even when pushed. Surprisingly, these were the same killer whales that rule the ocean at depths of 1 kilometer.
1 kilometer.
Seeing them, all other sea creatures flee. So why were these killer whales so frightened? Immediately, more than 700,000 turtles arrived on several beaches in Odisha, India. Surprisingly, these turtles belong to a species that lives at depths of 150 meters near Mexico. So why did these turtles travel nearly 9,000 kilometers to reach Odisha? Similarly, in Kerala, thousands of fish reach the shore, where they die in agony, but they don't return to the sea. You've probably seen this video from Mexico Beach, in which this strange creature is seen on a Mexican beach. This 6-meter-long fish had a rubbery body and shiny skin. This wasn't a normal fish, but a deep-sea fish that doesn't easily wash ashore.
fish.
However, dead fish are currently being found on beaches in many countries around the world. According to old myths, the arrival of fish ashore signals a major storm or disaster. Is there some deep conspiracy behind this, or is it simply the work of the sea monster called Leviathan? Yes, friends, we're talking about the same deep-sea monster that sank more than 100 ships and claimed the lives of over 1,000 people in the Bermuda Triangle. If this Leviathan were to surface, would it truly bring doom? Or is there a terrifying threat looming over our planet that could wipe out human civilization? The answer is likely yes. And we humans are responsible for forgetting this crisis. But how? And why are these deep-sea animals abandoning their homes and coming to the surface to die? Let's find out in today's video. Ocean covers 71% of our planet, and it holds thousands of secrets. But the most surprising thing is that to date, we humans have only been able to explore 5% of the ocean. The remaining 95% remains a huge mystery. The deepest point in the ocean is the Mariana Trench, also known as Challenger Deep. Its depth is approximately 11,000 meters. This means that if Mount Everest were placed in it, it would be completely submerged. Not even 1% of sunlight reaches this depth. It's pitch dark, with pressure so intense that a human body could be ripped to shreds in a thousandth of a second. In this harsh environment live some strange and dangerous animals that you won't believe your eyes. For example, the deep-sea anglerfish, a fish that carries a small, glowing light on its head. Small fish are attracted to it, and it swallows them whole as soon as it gets the chance. It's also known as the black sea devil, one of the deepest predators, living at depths of more than 1 kilometer. A few days ago, it was also spotted near the Canary Islands. Furthermore, a Russian fisherman recently caught a deep-sea creature, whose footage went viral on social media, causing a stir. People thought it was an alien, but in reality, it was the smooth lumperfish, whose body resembles a human brain. But the most dangerous of the old myths is the appearance of a sea fish, which is associated with many frightening incidents in history. For example, in the 15th century, some people in Greenland and Iceland first saw a meter-long fish on the seashore, its eyes shining like stars. They believed it to be an alien fish, and just a few days later, a sea storm swept through the area, sinking dozens of ships and thousands of people. some Japanese fishermen saw more fish, shining like silver. A few days later, an earthquake struck Tokyo, devastating the entire city. Since then, the people of Japan have believed that when the sea god is angry, he sends these fish to the surface to warn them before wreaking havoc. Unfortunately, they were unaware of the reason behind this. Similarly, in February 2011, dozens of fish were seen on several beaches in Japan, but they died after surfacing. Just a few days later, on March 11, 2011, Japan was hit by the largest tsunami in world history, killing 20,000 people, leaving millions homeless, and destroying several major cities, causing $230 billion in damage. Overfished fish were seen washing ashore in many countries, from Mexico to Japan. Many believe that the impending natural disaster will not be confined to a single country or continent, but will wreak havoc across the entire planet. But why are all these deep-sea creatures suddenly surfacing? If we examine this scientifically, we humans are responsible. Because of us, killer whales, once the king of the oceans, are now afraid to stay underwater. The bloodthirsty anglerfish are abandoning their homes and surfacing, and millions of deep-sea turtles and fish are plunging to shore and sacrificing their lives. But the question is, why is this happening? There are 3 reasons behind this. The primary reason is global warming. Friends, sunlight can only reach a depth of 200 meters in the ocean. That's why the deep-sea atmosphere is always cold. And the bodies of these deep-sea creatures are also designed to survive in that cold temperature. However, due to global warming, the surface water of the ocean is constantly heating up, and this heat is being transferred to the bottom. The problem is that oxygen cannot travel from extremely hot to cold water. This is why oxygen in the deep sea is decreasing and the temperature is increasing. As a result, these creatures are unable to breathe properly and are coming to the surface to save their lives. Furthermore, due to the decrease in oxygen, the carbon dioxide level is also rapidly increasing, causing the ocean water to gradually become acidic. And because of this, millions of creatures are dying every day in the depths of the ocean. You must have seen examples of this in many videos of millions of dead fish reaching the shore. Reason number 2 is plastic waste. Friends, look at this report, according to which we humans are dumping 12 million tons of plastic particles into the oceans every year. These animals are eating them, and the chemicals in this plastic are killing them. Reason number 3 is deep-sea mining. Friends, we humans are using fossil fuels so rapidly that the reserves of coal, oil, and natural gas on land are being depleted. These fossil fuels are formed from the fossils of animals, plants, and bacteria that have been decaying in the ground for millions of years. And life on land began 3.7 billion years ago thanks to microorganisms that grew in the ocean. Since then, millions of animal species have been born, evolved, died, and transformed into fossils in these oceans. This is why a huge amount of oil and petroleum products are present beneath the ocean's surface. To extract these, deep-sea mining projects are being continuously focused on. Due to this, the ocean water is becoming more impure, killing deep-sea creatures and forcing them to the surface to save their lives. Furthermore, there is significant movement in the Earth's tectonic plates beneath the deep sea, frightening these deep-sea animals to come to the surface. This is why natural disasters like tsunamis and earthquakes have often been observed occurring shortly after fish emerge. This means a major natural disaster is imminent on land. Only time will tell. But we did see a glimpse of this recently in the 7.7 magnitude earthquake that struck Myanmar, devastating the entire country. Friends, this is all about science. However, those who believe in ancient myths believe that all this is happening because of the Leviathan. In fact, in ancient myths, the Leviathan was a deep-sea monster that ruled the undersea. It is said that it has sunk over 100 ships and killed over 1,000 people in the Bermuda Triangle. This sea sea monster is also mentioned in many ancient literature. For example, in Job 41 of the Bible, God refers to Leviathan as a sea monster so huge that no one can control it. The Bible also states, "Can you catch Leviathan with a hook? Can you tie its tongue with a rope? Its breath spews fire, and its eyes burn like embers." Quote. However, recently, some photos and videos from Google Earth went viral, showing a strange shape in the middle of the ocean. People have dubbed it the sea monster Leviathan, which has gone viral on social media. This shape is exactly like the Leviathan mentioned in ancient stories. However, science considers it a mythical creature. But if Leviathan is real and has awakened due to global warming, are we prepared to face it?
तो फिर आज के लिए इतना ही, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, सी यू टू लेटर। बड़ा मजा है देख के। ओके।